Hey everybody, Mr. Odom here, and we are going to go over section 6.2, which is comparing and ordering fractions, decimals, and percents. Make sure you have your pencil, composition book, or notebook paper to take notes and a calculator. And the learning target for this video is I can compare and order fractions, decimals, and percents. Okay, so really the key idea for this section is when you are comparing fractions, decimals, and percents, you have to write the numbers either as all fractions, all decimals, or all percents. And I am going to either write them all as decimals or percents. Okay, and that's what this study tip says. So it's usually easier to order decimals or percents than to order fractions. Because if you want to order fractions, they all have to have the same denominator. You can only compare fractions that have a common denominator. All right. And the other thing is to remember is when you order the numbers from least to greatest, which you'll have to do in this section, write them as they appear on a number line from left to right. Okay. And remember to use the original values that you start with. So a number line can be handy if you need to use it. I encourage you to do so. If you don't need it and you can kind of see which numbers are bigger or whatever, then you don't have to use it. So let's practice. Which is greater, 25% or 7 over 25? So I need to compare 25% to I'll put this here, 7 over 25. So it'd be really easy to turn these into decimals or percents. If I want to turn them into decimals, 25%, remember I dropped the percent sign and I moved the decimal 2 places to the left. So this would be 0 and 25 hundredths. And if I want to turn 7 over 25 into a decimal, all I do is in my calculator, I take 7 and divide it by 25. And so my calculator says this is equal to 0 and 28 hundredths. So you can see that 25% is less than 7/25. So 7/25 is greater than 25%. All right, so that's number one. Let's look at number two, which is greater. 0 and 49 hundredths or 94%. All right, so I'm going to stop the video here. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and pause it and work this one out. And if you are watching it in Edpuzzle, it will pause now so that you can work this problem out. All right, so we're back and fixing my 9 there. So let's see, what did you guys get for this one? So this one's already written as a decimal. So I could either write the decimal as a percent or I could write the percent as a decimal. Either way is fine. Let me write the decimal as a percent. I would move the decimal 2 places towards the direction of the percent sign. So I'm comparing 49% and 94%, and it's pretty easy to see that 94% is greater. Okay, so hopefully you guys were able to get that one. All right, let's look at one more problem. And again, all we're doing is comparing and ordering fractions, decimals, and percents. So this problem says, let's see, that might be too small. Let me make this a little bigger. This problem says what? You make 75% of your shots. Your sister makes 13 out of 20 of her shots. And your friend makes 0 and 7/10 of their shots. Who made the most? So who made the most, you want to figure out which person has the greatest percentage maybe. So we can change these into percents. So 75% is already done. I don't have to do anything. That's 75%. 13 over 20, let's see, 13 over 20. If I put that in my calculator, 13 divided by 20, I get this 0.65, which I know is 65%. How do I know that? Because I moved my decimal 2 places to the right. So that's 65%. And then for 0.7, change that into a percent for me. What is 0.7 as a percent? Very good. That is 70% because I moved the decimal 1, 2 places. I got to fill in the 0. All right. So who made the most shots? You can look at the percentages here, and it's pretty easy to see that you did. All right. Of course you did, because you're really good at basketball. Anyway, that is all I have for section 6.2. It's a pretty straightforward section. Hopefully you guys will understand the concepts. And if you have questions, ask me. All right. So I'll see you guys soon. This is Mr. Odom. I'm out.